Okay, just continuing where I left off with insight and then judgment. I would say judgment is intact and good because he is able to come here because he knows that he needs help. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to his cognitive function. So that starts with orientation. So I'll test orientation first. Dion, what time is it?
9:30.
Okay, and where are you at right now?
The psychiatric office.
And what is your name?
Dion Foster.
Okay, so he is alert and oriented times 4. Now I'm going to test his attention, and I'm going to do that with spelling world backwards. And I could also do other tests. You could also do digit span 7, but world backwards or digit span 7 are 2 very acceptable tests. So, can you spell world backwards? WORLD. World. Spell that backward.
BLROW.
Yep. And so, his attention is intact. Now, to test for memory, we're going to test for remote, which is long term, and then new or recent memory, both. So to test for long-term memory, you're gonna ask things like about important events, birthdays, job, what is his occupation. For short term, there is a series test that you can do with 3 numbers, and you just continue to go on as far as the patient can. So, what is your occupation, Dion?
Supervisor.
Okay, so his long-term memory or his remote memory is intact. Now we're going to move on to new learning ability, and I'm going to test that with the series numbers. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a series of numbers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to repeat them, and we're going to go as long as until you can't do it anymore, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first series of numbers is 7, 3. Can you repeat those numbers?
7-3.
Okay, we're going to go 7, 3, 5, 1. 7, 3, 5, 1.
7-3-5-1.
Okay, 7, 3, 5, 1, 0, 2. 7, 3, 5, 1, 0, 2.
7-3-5-1-0-2.
7, 3, 5, 1, 0, 2, 8, 6.
7-3-5-1-0-2-8-6.
So we get the point here. He probably could keep going forever, apparently. But that just shows that he is able to learn new things, and his learning ability is intact. Now we're going to test higher cognitive function, and that can be tested by asking new, like, relevant questions, information and vocabulary. So, can you tell me what the vice president, and the governor's name is?
Kamala Harris and Gretchen Whitmer.
Okay, who's the president?
Joe Biden.
Okay, so he was able to tell me what the president's, vice president, and governor's name were. And, okay, let's do some simple addition. Also, that's gonna tell us about his higher cognitive function. So what's 7 plus 3
10.
plus 2
12.
minus 1?
11.
Okay, so he's able to conduct simple multiplication or addition appropriately. Let's try some multiplication. What's 5 times 10?
50.
Okay, what's 8 times 2?
16.
Okay, so he can do both multiplication and subtraction and addition. Now, moving on to the abstract thinking, the part of the higher cognitive function. I'm going to ask him some proverbs, some similes. So, Dion, can you tell me the meaning of don't count your chickens before they hatch?
No, you don't bet on it because it might not come
Okay, so we want the answers to be very like abstract and not like super concrete, so that was the appropriate answer. And the next one, can you tell me what are the similarities between a cat and a mouse?
Similarities between a cat and a mouse.
What do they have in common? We're like basic stuff. Basic.
Both got fur, kinda. Eat.
Okay.
Poop.
That was a little bit of a concrete answer. We were looking for more abstract answers, like they're both animals. But that one can be kind of tricky. But he's able to answer that based off his educational level and his life experience. Okay, the final test I have for you is we're gonna test his construction ability. So can you draw a clock for me? Right there.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. Back up there. Draw a clock. Missing some pieces. Okay, so this is what he was able to draw, and I would say this is a good representation of a clock. So his construction ability is intact. And that concludes our mental status exam.